Hello, my name is Brandon Castro and I consider myself a history lover. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, the airplanes of the Second World War. My goal is to share some interesting facts and my personal feelings about these legendary machines. To begin with, I enjoy studying the engineering behind the German aircraft. I recommend looking at the Messerschmitt Bf 109. It was a versatile fighter that dominated the skies early in the war with a lot of versions of it. Um, However, I avoid praising the famous Junkers Ju-87 Stuka too much, despite its iconic siren and its ability to instill terror in the enemy. What's really hard, Be- but it was quite vulnerable without air cover. Basically, without air cover, they are dead. They are so slow. So they needed that air cover. Without that, they are really unuseful. Well, another German plane that truly fascinates me is the Messerschmitt ME 262. I can't help feeling amazed by its technology. It was the world's first operational jet fighter that can fly around 870 kilometers per hour. Was really fast to that time. Was the fastest plane in the world in that time. It represents a massive leap in aviation history. I can't stand imagining how different war could have been if it had been deployed earlier in larger numbers. Well, regarding to the British side, I hope to see a Supermarine Spitfire in person again because I was lucky to see one like a year ago. Was really amazing. That's beautiful plane, and its elliptical wing design. It's a work of art. Also, many pilots choose to fly the Hawker Hurricane instead. It was more rugged and easier to repair during the war, so I can understand why they choose the Hurricane instead of the Spitfire. But I prefer the Spitfire. I intend to learn more about their tactical differences in my future research. Well, finally, I adore reading about the American Mustang P-51. It was a total game changer for long range bomber escorts thanks to the Packard V 1650 engine. It was a really powerful motor. Actually, I have this Lego plane. It's not exactly the Mustang P-51, but it's so similar. The motor it's really similar to the P-51. I modify a little bit to look more like a P-51, but it's not exactly that. I want to buy some replicas of that. Well, I also fancy learning about the P-38 Lightning's unique twin boom design, which earned the nickname the Fork-tailed Devil because it's basically two motors with wings both sides, and they are with the central wing, and in the middle of the central wing, they are the cabin with the pilot. So it's amazing because it's a cabin in a wing, and they are really efficient during the war. Well, basically, these planes were the stars of the US Air Force during the World War II. Well, actually, I plan to keep collecting models of these historical icons, but they are a little bit expensive, so I need to save money. I enjoy not getting confused by the complex technical data of their flight controls because they are really hard to understand. And also, I promise not to be boring when I explain these facts to my friends and especially to my girlfriend because she doesn't like this at all. And I want to share this passion with anyone who values history. Thanks for listening me about my passion for the history planes that made out fingerprints in world history. Bye.